We are trying this one more time, folks. See if this will work. Yes, there we are.
You can hear us?
Yep, sounds good. Okay.
No, there's not.
There.
Yep, there's not.
All right, so we're going to give folks to get us back connected.
Ay, ay, ay.
Up some things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's a Christian and Daniel show.
Hey, everybody, welcome.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Daniel, and welcome to the
Christian.
and Daniel Show. It
It's
is,
like deja vu.
I know, it is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show. We're going to have to work on something because our technical issues, our camera won't work the way we want it to, and then our microphone, it's all these technical stuff. And Facebook is going through all these changes, and it just makes it difficult to keep up sometimes. But thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you, Richard. I'm sorry, Wayne.
Wayne.
I see Richard on the thing, and I just want to call you Richard. Thank you, Wayne. It's an awesome song by Kalama.
Thank you,
Made it
Kalama.
for us. And David, thank you. I know we finally got a chance to play it for you guys, so you could hear it if you don't listen, if you don't watch it on YouTube.
Usually I wait till I edit it and put it online, but we thought we could play for you guys this time. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Again, Wednesday, we are one more week of lockdown.
One more week of lockdown, supposedly. I don't want to get into a discussion about it, but yeah, I'm not a fan.
So before the first couple of technical issues that
Upcoming
we're
hour.
having, we have some really cool news. Go ahead, Ben.
Well, I interviewed and I got a position with an online school, doing some teaching over the summer. And then she really wants to bring me on for the school year. Hopefully that will all work out.
Yay! And
So-
it's going to be doing stuff that you like to do.
Yeah, like for the summer, I'll be teaching a course on journaling to students between 3rd grade and 8th grade. No, 3rd grade and 9th grade. And it could be older too, but so far that's the range she thought would work well. And it's just something I'm really interested in. I love doing it. It's going to be fun putting the curriculum together. I've never taught on Zoom, so that'll be a new experience. But hey, I'm being paid for it.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be paid, so I'm just happy to have something
I think
potentially coming in soon.
I think that it's really cool though that with everything that's going on in the world right now,
Thank you.
kids need a way to release some of that stress and tension and anxiety, and writing is a great way to do it. I mean, we have a lot of artists and creative people watching the show, and they know how important an outlet is, right? I mean, do you have a particular outlet that you use to release your stress and anxiety and tension?
I like, and thank you, David. Yeah, it's like kind of like finally using this master's degree I got. I got a master's degree, paid all this money, and I haven't been using the degree for anything. And it's nice to be able to use my master's degree in education, actually for education. So it's going to be fun. And I started journaling again before my interview, just coincidentally, like a day or two before my interview. And I was finding I was getting released from it. Like it was working for me. And so...
But you found a journal, an old journal.
And that's what I started writing in. I found my old journal. It's not my oldest one. The oldest one I had, which had some real stuff in it, crazy stuff. I left it on a plane, on a Southwest plane nonetheless. So someone got some great reading in, but it didn't have my name or any identifiers for me in it. So someone was just reading it, and I'd die if there's like
Did
some...
it have juicy stuff in it?
Oh God, yes.
Juicy?
I was a sex addict. Trust me. It had juicy stuff in it. It had stuff that you don't share. You don't share with anyone.
Stuff that divorces are made out of?
Yeah, yeah, stuff that other people's divorces were made of and based on.
Because I'm still innocent.
Yeah. Ooh, don't drink that water. No matter what they say,
But
don't drink it.
I'm always curious because we're not going to get too far into it, but I'm always curious how like people, how you guys get rid of your anxiety and your stress. Because you know me, I like to get on the computer. I can get on the computer and work for hours. I can be on several different projects, but I can be online for like 8 hours and just continuously work, and I am so relaxed afterwards. And most people can't do that. Most people will not.
I can get online for 3 hours and do it without losing my mind. But Daniel is that he and I are like polar opposites in that regard. I like to turn on my PS4 Pro, and go into one of my games and either do an online game or do an individual game where I'm not online. I just get to play it my way, and that relaxes me and that gets my mind off of whatever I'm stressing about. Or I go into YouTube and I can watch anything on. I geek out. I watch anything on Star Trek, Star Wars, airplanes, cars, military vehicles.
I didn't know how many
all that
YouTube
stuff.
videos there were on Star Trek. How many times?
Oh, there's so much.
Because every time I turn around, there's a video of somebody dissecting one of the ships, and it's like, how many times? I feel like, do they really find new stuff, or are they just rehashing old stuff?
No, these ships are, because they're not real. People. It's easy to dissect them.
Yes,
Michael.
Michael.
Christian. It's like because these ships aren't real, and there's this thing called canon in Star Trek world, and canon is the truth. It's like it's been laid out by whoever officiates all this, by the Star Trek people, as this is the truth. And as canon changes, the truth changes about some of these ships or some of these classes of ships. More information becomes available, and people video about it and get excited about it. But there's also a bunch of new ship classes that are showing up in the online game Star Trek Online, and by Blizzard, and some other company. Anyway,
but
they're not paying me, so
he can get lost in that. I am still new to it, and I just saw Monica Rodriguez jump in. I saw her name pop up. Congratulations! I'm going to just say this really quick, but we were in the first virtual comedy show with Cool Beans Comedy, which is I'm an alumni of Cool Beans U. So is Monica, and we were just on our first virtual comedy show. You were awesome. You were so funny. It was nice to be one of two of the diversity section of the show. So congratulations if you're still watching, Monica. So happy to see you on it. But I'm still hooked on TikTok. I know we're a little delayed, but we're okay on.
We're okay on
Yeah. I'm still hooked on TikTok, and I've discovered the magic of doing duets on TikTok with other people.
He does TikTok all the time.
Not all the time, but I feel like every opportunity is a TikTok opportunity. And like I've made a hot dog TikTok. I've made how to make a hot dog. I wasn't a hot dog. How to make a hot dog.
And not even how to cook a hot dog.
But it was like, okay, if you're Latino and if you're watching, I know I got super excited right there. But if you're Latino and you're watching, and did you ever do the hot dogs on the fire? Thank you, David. And you cooked the hot dog right on the fire with the fork, and then I don't know if you were like me, but I was dumb enough to touch the fork, and it was burning.
Because it was over an open flame. Would that be hot?
Yes. And then I did Cinco de Mayo. Oh, yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo, Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
So,
and no one got to celebrate it. Like
I know.
2020 has all these amazing holidays that are landing on the perfect day. And it's like one of the biggest ones we were looking for was yesterday. Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday, and no one got to celebrate.
Well, I got to celebrate with Camaria, who's still on. I hope she's still watching. But I got to do the reading in Spanish. I did an hour of card readings with the Zero Project. If you are not familiar with the Zero Project, SERO Project out of Florida, check them out. I will post the link. But we got to do an hour of Spanish readings, and that was really exciting. So that was my celebration.
Yeah.
And and then we did elotes.
We did. We made elotes.
We celebrated Cinco de Mayo, Taco Tuesday, making elotes.
We boiled some corn.
Which we tried. We've been doing a lot of
we tried
air fryer.
We tried air frying the corn.
Air fryer.
Not the same. Because it takes too much of the moisture out of it.
Sorry, hot dog dropped in tortillas.
That's
yes,
the only way I eat
with
them.
cheese. Yes, with tortillas with cheese.
You don't eat tortillas with
I
cheese.
I used to, not now.
You always said that's gringo.
But I
Gringos want
used to.
cheese on
Well,
everything.
if your mom ever made flour
My mom was
tortillas,
white.
if for the Latinos out there, if your mom made flour tortillas, and they were coming off the grill, right away you would throw a piece of cheese on that and a slice of ham, and you would roll it up, and you would make what in my house we call them a machito. Un machito de
I've
jamón.
eaten that before. I make that for myself, and you still come gringo.
Well, I don't eat cheese anymore, and
then I do a hot dog on a tortilla that's heated on the stove with cheese, and I'm still called gringo.
Because
but
it
somehow,
is-
because you do it, it makes it Mexican.
well, because
What do you want for breakfast?
Well, because when I make it, it's
What do you
Mexican.
want
When
for
you
lunch?
make it-
Tacos. What do you want for dinner? Tacos.
if you have not seen that TikTok that Christian did about it, and it's this white girl that they're asking her, it's like, what did they say about marrying a Mexican?
And she's it's supposed to be like so exciting, but what's exciting about what do you want for breakfast? Tacos. What do you want for lunch? Tacos. What do you want for dinner? Tacos. It's very funny.
Hey, Father, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Father, welcome.
But for everybody joining in, this is the Christian and Daniel show, and we're on for 45 minutes now. We've extended it from 30 to 45, so we're going to be on for a little while. And we're talking, catching up for everybody joining in, celebrating that Christian has a new job, and that yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. And we wanted to do a shout out before we forget, because we might forget at the end. Birthday shout outs. And you have-
Nicole Brophy Halleck. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Nicole. I'm sorry we didn't get to send our little video. We were like way behind and way distracted. But we love you. We're so happy that you had your little, I call them the parade of cars that go by, and everyone honks and celebrates. It's our way of doing our COVID-19 birthdays. So it was really cool. I saw the video, and I just love seeing her up and about. And I'm so grateful that Dave Brophy, her husband, shot that. And I just got notice from Dave, Cameron, who I saw right after she was born, and came to visit as soon as I could, because I still lived in Northern California back then. That little baby needs to start learning how to drive because she's almost 16. What? What? And then his middle child, his son Cole, is going into 9th grade, high school. What?
Kids are growing.
What?
Kids are growing.
And we're both like, I'm old. I'm so old.
You are.
Oh.
You are old.
I need to start.
So Nicole, happy birthday!
I need
And
to
then
start pulling.
second shout out, we want to shout out to our nephew Robert out in South Texas. My sister Nancy's
I made
oldest.
myself laugh.
But he
Yes,
it's
Robert, happy birthday.
It's his birthday today, so
Oi su complianos.
so I saw pictures that were celebrating. I'm so bummed we couldn't be there, but
I love speaking horrible Spanish.
I know we're gonna have to do Spanish lessons online for you guys. But Robert, happy birthday to you too. Robert, I was about 10 years old when Robert was born, and I was away at school while he was. I mean, at school. I was in Mexico.
Yeah.
I was away, and when he was born, and on vacation. Anyway, but when I came back to see him, I was afraid of him. I was like, oh my God, it's a baby. And then, he's like a little brother, and I love him, and I'm so proud of him for everything.
He's not even little.
Yeah, everything that you've
He's
accomplished.
like a big, muscly, burly guy. He makes Daniel would fit in him.
Well, I think he's restarting his training as soon as.
I didn't say big like big girl. I said big like muscle burly because he is.
So,
I would not arm wrestle him.
I'm
I would
very
not
proud
want to
of
be in
him.
a bad way with him.
I'm very proud of him because when he lived in Laredo, he had his own training.
Reconstructed.
Yeah, and now that he's of course it's paused right now.
Yeah.
But if you, I mean, I don't know if he's doing online or not, but if you're looking for somebody to train you online, he's excellent.
He's amazing. He's a drill sergeant. He's a really good drill sergeant, in a good way.
Yeah.
He knows how to motivate you and get you going.
I'm not motivated enough to be a student.
I know. First, you have to be motivated enough to contact him, and that's always something.
I will encourage people to do it, but I am not. I haven't been able to get motivated to work out. I've started a couple of things, and I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Well, actually, we did talk about it. There is one reason. So I did, for those of you, I think we talked about it early on in one of the shows. I was doing the alphabet workout, which is you took your name and each exercise, each letter was assigned an exercise. And you did it. And I was doing pretty well. I did pretty well. But here's what happened.
My name is Christian. Are you out of your mind?
Well, I did Daniel Garza.
Crazy.
But, okay, so here's what happened. For those of you that don't know, I had, which is something that happened yesterday, what we're talking about. Well, yesterday,
I'm not doing 9 letters of exercises in the morning.
That's
crazy.
Cinco de Mayo is also the anniversary of the day that I was diagnosed with cancer. So, yesterday was a particularly full day because not only was it Cinco de Mayo, Taco Tuesday,
Exactly.
and 5 years ago that I was diagnosed with anal cancer. And so April Fool's, which we just celebrated April. April 1st is the anniversary of my surgery, my colostomy, and Tommy. So Tommy the colostomy, the second day that I did that workout, I felt something stretch, and
he just kind of
panicked.
scared him.
I got scared.
He doesn't want to rip anything. You really don't. I mean, you have a hole in your abdomen, so you don't want to herniate it or make it bigger than it should be. And you certainly don't want anything to get sucked back in or, God forbid, it would be so bad if something happened.
And then imagine having to go to the hospital right now without you. I would not want to do that.
Even with me, I don't want to be you wouldn't want to be in the hospital right now. It's like insane. And again, thank God, and God bless all of you first responders, essential workers, and nurses and medical personnel who are on the front line. Not just nurses and doctors, but all the nursing assistants, transpo people, everyone who's in a hospital puts their lives at risk every day to help others.
But you know who they don't think about when they mention all that?
And
the maintenance people.
Well, that's what I just was saying.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Transpo, all the people who make the hospital work. I mean, it's not just the doctor. That's why I said it's not just the doctors and nurses.
Yeah. Although we love doctors.
See, I love that he listens to me when I talk.
It's because I was thinking. I think ahead. It's Nurses Week. Oh, yeah. Well, in that case,
I wish we could give him the week off.
Because in that case, we need to send a shout out to Marcy, our niece Marcy, who's a nurse. So we have all kinds of people in the family, don't we? Like everything we could think of.
But Marcy, number one, she goes out. She's going to the front lines regularly.
And I have more.
I'm so grateful that what happened to our grandniece Alexa when she had to be in the hospital and get surgery and all that craziness that happened before this broke out. Alexa, no thank you.
We have a great niece named...
The same as the Echo.
So whenever we say that it comes up. So
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you're saying my name.
But a big shout out to everybody who's out there still doing their job and
which also, and we forget the paramedics, we forget the police, everyone else. Like those are all essential things to keep our society going and not losing We've lost a lot of our strings, but not all of them.
Because I told you about my visit to the dentist and having my root canal.
Yeah.
I went to the root canal.
That's crazy.
If you didn't see that I'm on my page, you can go back to my Facebook page or once we're done, check it out. There are photos of when I went to get my root canal. And there's the plexiglass divider. It felt so disconnected. I have a really great dentist, Dr. Carlos Garcia, and then Jack, the office manager, and Sam, the receptionist. They're all awesome. We were divided by this plexiglass, and it felt so awkward to not have a conversation. And they
couldn't bug him to wake up.
Yeah, well, okay.
Usually he falls asleep.
I fall asleep. I don't know if anybody else does, but I fall asleep at the dentist. No matter what the procedure is, I start falling asleep. And Dr. Garcia has been treating me for like 11 years now. That he gets mad and he starts poking me. He's like, despiértate, despiértate. Like, wake up.
Because if he's not awake, then he starts closing his mouth. Crazy stuff happens. Like a dentist doesn't want that to happen. Particularly when there's cutting into your gums and everything, it's like the last thing you want is your mouth moving and closing.
But I do fall asleep at the dentist.
But it's so weird. Who falls asleep at the dentist when they're getting work done? Like I get a cavity filled and I'm like, and tears are dripping down my face.
The first time, I don't know. I think the first root canal that was happening, he got the
first
anesthesia thing, and
The needle.
And then he walked, they walk away for a minute for it to work. And he came back and I was dozing off. And he asked me like, are you falling asleep? And I guess I didn't respond. And the nurse was like, Mr. Garza. And I woke up and I was like, huh? And I think drool was starting to come out probably because I was asleep.
Wow.
Because I was already asleep at the mouth.
Camarilla.
Yes. But of course, we're so connected.
Of course. That's so funny. Yeah, I've never met anyone.
So they can't.
Wow.
They can't give me the shot and walk away because I'll start falling asleep. Now they know. They keep coming up, Mr. Garza.
Yes,
and I'm like, because I'm sure my mouth is all,
and
it's
you're
just
like,
drool everywhere.
Oh, yes. And now certainly no one wants to clean that up.
And I'm not a pretty drooler, so that's.
He will not be pretty when he's like 100 years old and drooling next to me. I'll be like, we'll have to. But at that point, we'll have to be able to have a nurse come in.
We'll have a male nurse. Like, I'm drooling. For everybody joining us, thank you for joining in. You are watching the Christian and Daniel Show, and sorry. No, we're talking about new jobs, and we're talking about nurses out in the front line and people out working and
taking naps when you're having major dental
work.
Surgery.
Yes, who falls asleep?
And apparently someone else does.
Yes.
And I was going to say, my mom, God rest her soul, she was a miracle of science, or genetics. Like, she would heal quick from things, even when she was in her late 90s before she passed. She would heal from things really quick. She'd have major surgery, be in the hospital at 97 for 2 days, and be walking out of the hospital. And everyone would just be floored that she was fine.
Oh, wow.
Well, I get like a splinter in my finger or under my nail and go to a doctor. I'm like, I can't get it to work right.
He can't get his finger to work right.
Oh dear Lord, that just is bad. Woo, okay. Okay, wipe that one away.
Keep going.
I get the littlest thing. I have to test my blood sugar. I'm a type 2 diabetic, and I have to do my blood sugar, and my thing doesn't even require me to do it on my fingertips, and I still wince when the tiny little needle barely pierces my skin to give me a drop of blood. And I'm going, and you fall asleep when they're literally slicing your mouth open.
Yeah.
So, wow. And my mom used to be the same way. Sometimes she wouldn't even have anesthetic, and she'd be fine. I don't understand it. I'm adopted, so I didn't get any of those genetics. But I would have loved it. Ooh, her genetics, some of those, just a little. But not the cancer ones.
I still think that it's part nature and part nurture.
I guess.
Because there are a lot of things.
Because I had my mommy with me whenever I had any painful things going on.
Yeah.
And I did that. Well, I did that well into my teens.
You took your mommy with you too?
She'd go with me.
Really?
But I didn't have a lot of dental work being done because I'm blessed to have really good, pretty damn good teeth. But he loves that sound.
I hurt when he does that.
It's like the healthiest sound. Your teeth are good.
Anyway.
But yeah, she'd go with me to the doctor and stuff until I was in my teens.
And
that's nurture. That's like I never learned to deal with it on my own.
I remember when growing up in
Yeah.
Dallas and Dr. Finch, and I wish Nancy, my sister, was on here so she could back me up. But I think it was Dr. Finch who was my doctor when I was a kid. And I remember this because he was like next door to a Burger King. And if I didn't cry when I was getting a shot, then I would be taken to Burger King to get a burger, and I wanted the crown.
Doctor's office next to a Burger King.
Well, it was like doctor's office, and then like down the road a little bit. But
down the hall, they were making
like a couple of buildings down. There was a Burger King, and
other people got when
I was little. Every winter I would have tonsil problems. I always had a sore throat, so they would have to take me to get a shot. But I hadn't, the nurses there.
Your tonsils are out though, right?
No, I still have my tonsils.
Oh.
And
I do too.
They would say, okay, we're going to give you the shot on 3. 1, 2, and then it would never get to 3. So you never had a chance to flinch.
And you never learned that, he's going to do it on 2.
Yeah, do anything for the crowd, of course. And then, so you never had a chance to cry because it would catch you off guard that you're like, but you never felt it. So I never cried. So
I never have felt a needle not go in me.
So I got used to going to the doctor from very early on, and I'm like my mind, like that nurture part of me.
Well, somehow you learned to deal with it.
Yeah, and I like doctor's appointments and I like doctor visits and stuff. I don't like going to the hospital, but I don't mind going to the doctor.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, because the hospital has very bad
Well, the hospital
memories.
Yeah.
I react very differently. Every time
Yeah.
I've been to the hospital, I've had to stay pretty much, and it's not good. So.
Yeah, that's true. And
So,
you went through cancer, you went to go to the hospital. I haven't grew to hate hospitals, but not fear them, just really dislike them because I spent so much time in them. I spent like 2 years in the hospital, it felt like.
Maybe in the next episode, we'll talk about the last time that I had to go to the hospital and stay.
Yeah.
Which was here.
Hey, Joe. Or Carlito. Hey, yeah, no. I know, it's true. And bottom line, like, Daniel he's replaced my mom. You know, he comes after I come out of my colonoscopies. Yay! I'm so pleasant right afterwards. You know, I wake up and I really do want to see him. Like the first time I did it, they let him in. The second time they didn't let him in, and it was Hades. To say PG-13. It was Hades, like getting out of there. All I wanted to do is get out of there, but they're stressing me out. And because Daniel wasn't there, I was even more stressed out. So my blood pressure skyrocketed. They won't let you out if your blood pressure's high. They gave me like 4,000 times my normal amount of high blood pressure medication through my IV, and my blood pressure started to come down a little bit. But they didn't. I told them it's not a physical thing. It's emotional. I need my partner.
I'm a calming presence. I know most of you looking at this are doubting it.
And most people would never believe it, but just for me.
But I am a calming presence, and I laugh because I'm laughing at myself at that one. But if you haven't watched the first or second episode, we talk about prepping for the colonoscopy, and then in video episode 2 we talk about the after. So if you want to go back and check us out on YouTube on my page, Daniel G Garza, go check it out, and you can see the videos for the Daniel.
3 days afterwards. 3 days when it really hit, like all my stuff had been moved around in there that doesn't like being moved around, and I was just sore that day. But then the 4th day, everything's back to normal.
Yeah, if you've never had a colonoscopy, it is considered surgery. It's considered.
It is. And you are anesthetized, so you're out. You're in some other galaxy far, far away. Yeah. And for me, it just goes black. Like I just end up waking up feeling like I got the best sleep of my life. Which I get why Michael Jackson might have become addicted to that propofol, because that's what they gave me. But anyway, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying I get that feeling afterwards. You feel like you slept so well.
Well, I've had 3.
Are we competing?
No, I'm just saying I've had 3 colonoscopies.
I've had 2, and you weren't there for the second one. You were sitting out in the front.
I was downstairs eating.
That's even worse. Him eating when I haven't been able to eat for like 3 days.
Because if you've been through them, you know that you can't eat like nothing the day before.
And because I guess my colon likes to hold on to things. That sounds so bad. But I think because my colon likes to hold on to the stuff that gets stored in the colon, it makes me full of you know what.
My God.
I had to do the extreme cleanse. I went beyond what the hospital recommends. I did 3 days.
Well, because we knew better.
Yeah, because I did 3 days of clear fluids, and that was it. Like water and Jello, and it had to be can't be red or purple, or it had to be like green Jello. Basically.
I'll say this: if you are in the process or going to have a colonoscopy, and you need somebody to walk you through the process and give you some tips,
we can do it.
Either watch our first 2 episodes, and you can get a lot of tips there, or get in touch with us, and we'll walk you through it. No BS.
Because
see what I did there?
And the first time I apparently was still full of it, and they couldn't do everything. And I said, I will never, ever. I don't want to have another colonoscopy that I have to go back for in 6 months just because I didn't prep right or prep didn't work right. So I figured out my formula that works for my body. And this time my doctor did it this time, which I really appreciate because he's amazing. And he was just like, you were clean as a whistle. Like he goes, I have not had a patient as clean as you in a long time.
But just remember, everybody's different. So whatever your doctor instructs,
Not everybody could be me
Right.
and have a clean, beautiful colon.
whatever your doctor instructs, do that. But we've got some tips that we can give you on how to do it. We're not medical professionals by any
My
means.
colon was a clean, well-lit place.
With that,
that-
this is nice.
I like this.
We've got our picks of the week for you guys.
Picks of the week.
Picks of the week. What's your pick of the week?
My pick of the week is Dragnificent.
Magnificent.
It's such a fabulous show. It's these three dragons: Thorgy Thor, Jujubee, Alexis, and BB.
Maybe.
I keep getting it wrong. I get my hand on the screen. It's all four of them, all from RuPaul's Drag Race. Everyone, if you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, you should pretty well know who they are, and they're pretty recognizable. They go to this town in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. In this particular episode we watch, episode 4, and they just got picked up by TLC because they were on VH1.
We saw the pilot, which was good.
I want to say it was on VH1,
Maybe.
like just for that moment.
And then they're on TLC anyway. They're on TLC, and it got picked up for the season.
At 10 p.m. on
Monday?
On Mondays. I think
so.
it's Mondays. But they go, basically they got a call from this police officer.
Well, don't tell them the whole show.
Oh, okay.
Just not part of it.
Well, that's it.
Well, tell them where they were. I mean, just...
I did. I said they were in Central Ohio.
Okay. But we don't want to give you away the whole show.
Well, what they do is they go in and they help these people or couples that are having some type of trouble that they can fix. Not like any trouble. Like, my toilet's backed up. Can you help us? No, we don't need 4 drag queens for that.
But they need to be jujued up.
But they'll help you get zhuzhed.
Yes.
And they'll help you. They help one or both of the individuals who they maybe have gotten a call from to improve their lives and improve whatever moment they need improvement to.
Because I read on one of the blurbs online that I think the next episode is about a school reunion that somebody's going to. So they go in and juice
It's
somebody up.
interesting.
It's really cool. But
And they also are talented on their own.
it's like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, drag queen style.
Sure. Yeah, because they have the entertainer, Thorgy Thor, who can play 7 different instruments or more and is good with entertainment.
Right.
They have BB, who is an entertainment. Hi, Estella.
Estella.
They have BB, who is, she actually does events planning for a living. They have Alexis, who's the hair and makeup. And then they have Jujubee, who does kind of like the heart stuff. Touchy-feely heart stuff. Like, how can we make this ceremony or this event more meaningful to the people it's being put on for?
Yeah.
So it is like a Queer Eye, but with drag queens.
Yes.
And it's not for queers.
And
It's for everyone.
My pick of the week is Never Have I Ever. If you have not seen the show, it is on Netflix. Christian hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
But it's one season right now. It's 10 episodes, I believe.
Yeah.
And one of the writers
On
is...
Netflix?
It's on Netflix. One of the writers is Mindy Collin, who is from... she was on The Office. She was in...
The Mindy
The
Project.
Mindy Project.
Her show.
But she was also in that movie about the talk show. Anyway,
Late Night.
So this is loosely based on
Late
her.
Night.
This is loosely based on her life, and it is the story of. Oh my God! I just forgot the name of the main character. But the main character is Indian also, and or Middle Eastern Indian. And so it's really reflected on her life, and it revolves around teenagers and school. Now I don't want to give away the show, but one of the characters in the show, no, we haven't seen Hollywood yet. That's on our
It's on our list.
it's on our
We
list.
have it on our list.
So we'll talk about it next week. But
It's in my list.
one of the characters on Never Have I Ever is coming into her sexuality and
Puberty.
during high school, and it reminded me of coming into my sexuality.
Oh,
in
you
high
mean
school.
literally like sexual orientation?
Yeah. So she's discovering, she's dating, and she's coming into her own and feeling like the feelings and the emotions and feeling like my friends aren't going to love me and my family's not going to love me, and just all that tied up into one. And it's really, really cool.
Oh,
The Baker and the Beauty. You know what? I
that's on the Hallmark Channel, isn't
no, it's on ABC. But Chris, I want to see it. I just don't have. I don't have regular channels right now. I know he never really likes what I like.
We have similar tastes and very different.
Well,
tastes.
I like shows that you like, but you normally don't like shows that I like.
Yeah, because
Yes.
the ones that are sugary, sweet, and fake just make me want to get sick.
Like I really like Hallmark Channel movies. I really enjoy them, and every time a commercial comes on, that's the face. Like like it's not like I'm making him watch them with me. Like
Right.
first of all, I don't want him to watch them with me because like halfway through the movie, he's like, "Oh my god, are they gonna be?"
That's never gonna happen. Nothing in those movies happens in real life, and they're always Caucasians. They're always white. I'm like, why are they always white? Only white people have Hallmark moments.
Latinos, we don't need Hallmark. We have novelas.
Then you shouldn't need to watch them.
But we like.
I can watch novellas. I like novellas.
We watch them. I watch them because like for instance,
Like Dos Camin, like what is it?
you never even watched Los Mujeres en Camino. What are you
Yes,
talking
I
about?
did.
But you watched Los Mujeres en Camino.
See,
See, what was it about?
it was about two women and a man on one road. Two women and a guy had to decide which one he wanted.
This is what I live with, folks. We did watch Casa de las Flores.
Oh, I
House of
love
Flowers.
that.
We watched all 3 seasons.
It was a teeny bit hard to follow for a moment, but then because they were going back in time and they hadn't really given you any.
If you have, we talked about it last week, right? Casa de las Flores. That was
No, we didn't talk about
No, we did. So if you have, we finished watching season 3, House of Flowers. Yes, and
What
no,
is?
it's not horrible. Shut up, Michael.
What?
House of Flowers.
Oh, the Hallmark Channel. Yes, they should just
Okay,
get rid
so
of it.
I was going to say before
I
we
don't
leave,
need it in my
before we
cable
leave,
line.
I was going to say the reason I love, like for instance, in Christmas time, at Christmas time, I love
The fake
Hallmark
garbage
Channel because
that they
I
try
can
to
watch.
push down your throat.
I like feel good movies at Christmas, and they are very predictable, and you
They
don't.
are so.
Like, you
I'm
don't-
like, oh wait, everything will be fine in a moment.
Yes.
Oh
And
wait, she's gonna bake a cookie that will sell for millions
Millions
of
of
dollars.
dollars, yes,
and, they'll
and
all be
the
fabulous
village
and
is
happy.
saved. Viva!
Yes, we saved the dog
See, but
shelter,
could-
and they don't kill the dog.
See, if they made a Hallmark
White
Latino,
people.
we
White.
would be like the church would be
Sorry,
closing.
I'm as white as they get, so
See,
I'm kidding.
in the Mexican version of the Hallmark movie, the church will be closing, and there will be a tamalada, and we would sell the best tamales ever. And gringos from all around will come and buy the tamales, and the church is saved. Viva el Padre! And we're all
Oh,
happy.
okay. I didn't watch Jane the Virgin either, but
I
I
haven't
know what it was based on. I watched what it was based on, which was a novella or a
Which one?
Spanish show.
The-
Jane the Virgin.
See, yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it was based on a novela.
A novella,
A
yeah.
Spanish novela, yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
But even though I don't speak Spanish, doesn't mean there's not subtitles. So hello, I can watch a novella. I know what it's about.
Very Mexican, they said. It'll be fun,
And
they
I
said.
said, yeah,
What's
what
for
do you want for
breakfast?
breakfast? Tacos.
What do you want for lunch?
Tacos.
What do you want for dinner?
Tacos. Yes. But yeah, but we do like a lot of shows in common too. Like we love all the baking shows and all the cooking shows. Like I love Celebrity Edition of Worst Cooks in America is coming on this week. I think this coming week.
Okay, so I'm gonna make it a point to watch The Baker and the Beauty.
Yeah.
While I'm heading back to Laguna tomorrow, so I'll make it a point to catch up on the latest episodes of The Baker and the Beauty, and we can talk about it next week. So we'll be back next week. For now, if you want to follow us, we are on TikTok, and we'll put both of our TikTok pages on the comment sections when we're done. Also, our YouTube page, so you can check us out. If you've missed the past episodes of the Christian and Danny Show, go check them out. We need more subscribers on our YouTube page and our TikTok page. So go follow that. What else? If you are available Friday, check us out. Check me out Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Devo, Card Devo.
Card Devo.
Yes, for card readings. I do card readings Saturday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on this channel. So
He
check
does,
it out.
and he's actually really good. I will watch Hollywood.
Yes, we'll watch
so
Hollywood.
he can watch The Beast and
Baker and the
someone,
Beauty.
and I will watch Hollywood because Hollywood.
Hey, Kai.
Hollywood is like something that'd be right up my alley.
Yes, and
So-
well, I want to watch it too, but we'll talk about them next week.
Yeah, like I said, because he's going away for a bit. We can, that's usually when I catch up on shows like Naked and Afraid, I
love
haven't
taking a break.
like this week. I actually haven't watched my shows because for some reason I haven't had the TV on much. I've been doing a lot of YouTube and online stuff, and I need to get back to watching TV. Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
Kai, we talked about you. We
played
your song. So Kai Kalama is on, and Kai and Ryan just launched. Kai and Ryan just launched their own podcast
about
Star Wars. So if you're a Star Wars fan,
I had no idea.
If you are a Star Wars fan, I just finished listening to their first episode. It is so funny. It is so insightful in the way that they talk about Star Wars. So I recommend that you listen to it. I'll also post the link. Or if Kai, if you're still here, can you post the link to where they can find your show in the comments so they can find it for us?
Down. I can't get this right. Down there.
What with your hands?
Well, it's opposite.
You're usually more better with your hands.
Okay, kids. Now's when we turn the volume down and you go to bed.
With that said, we want
mommy, daddy time.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you, babe.
Thank you.
This is nice.
I like this.
But yeah, so Kai's gonna put on the link if you're into Star Wars, and if you're into Star Wars and you're into podcasting, Kai's gonna put the link to his show down in the comments so you guys can follow him.
And what was Kai's show called? What's their new show called?
Oh my God, I have to get
Kai. What's it called? Oh, there it is. The Kalama Brothers podcast.
Yes, and so go check it out.
Yeah, Carlito, you check it out.
Yeah,
it's good. If
they're
you
really
like Star
good.
Wars,
They're really good.
Like it.
And again, I listened to it today, and the way they were talking about Star Wars made me want to go watch.
And that's saying something because he fell asleep at.
I want to go watch the original one again.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and then we went to go see the second one. He fell asleep again.
Oh, we got 2 more minutes. Sorry.
So yeah.
Well, which one's the first one? Star Wars.
Well, Star Wars.
Just Star Wars, right?
That's actually not the first one, but yes.
Number 3.
It's the first movie that
episode
came
3.
out.
So the way they were explaining episode 4, 4, right? Yes.
No.
The first one is episode 4.
I thought Star Wars was episode 7.
Kai, really quick. The first one that came out in the early 70s
Star Wars.
That was episode 4, correct? Because then they went back and did the first 3 movies. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
The Phantom Menace.
And the only reason that I love the very, very first one is because I went to see it with my parents at a drive-in theater. And
at a what?
A drive-in.
People used to drive.
Well, they're coming back. We're coming back. We'll talk about that next week. But when I got to see it, the ships were coming out from the sky. So I thought that's how Star Wars was. And yes, episode 4, 1977.
Okay, thank you.
So I was 6 years old. And
I was wrong.
I got to see it coming. I saw the ships coming out of the sun. So when I went to go see episode 5 at the movie theater, I was so disappointed.
There's no episode 5. It's The Empire Strikes
Okay,
Back.
well, but it was episode 5.
They call it The Empire Strikes
Oh my God, Ramirez, yes.
There's a reason it's called
There's a point, I don't care. The point is, when I went to go see it at the theater, I was so disappointed because they weren't coming out of the sky. It was in the movie theater, and I was like, oh, that's not the way you're supposed to see Star Wars. You're supposed to see it in the drive-in. So
it was badass, that first film you saw. Kai said that must have been so badass. I go, yeah.
Yes.
I imagine it would be too. I never saw those in the drive. I saw them in the theater, but I didn't see them in the drive-in. And I was a little kid too. Well, I was older than him by a year, but I was still a kid.
But anyway, all I'm going to say is Ryan and Kai were talking about that particular episode
so cool.
on the show, and I was thinking about the symbolism of it and the spirituality of it, and I want to go back. I know you have to go.
I've never thought of it that way.
You have to go listen to the podcast because it's so in there. And
there is, I guess, there is a lot of spiritualism and even religious inferences.
And when Kai was talking about this particular moment, I texted him to say there is such a think about it. There is a Reiki symbolism in the Jedis because they're working the energy.
Yeah. And that's really what they're doing. You're right.
And a Reiki
they're like
master,
Reiki masters.
And a Reiki master we work our energy to kind of manipulate things.
That is
so yes. So I was like, oh my God, I want to go see it again now so I can.
Oh, it makes me think.
Yeah.
Makes me think.
Anyway, that's just a small portion of the whole podcast with the Kalama brothers. So go check it out.
Kalama brothers.
Yeah, Kalama brothers. So
not Kalomo.
I said Kalama. Anyway, with that said, guys, we love you. Thank you so much
for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like us.
Yes, like us. We're also on the Lilmesican Productions page. Check that out. There's more stuff on there. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye. I can't get this right.